Hello and welcome to USA English Online. Celebrate! My name is Tiffany and I'm so happy to have you in class today. Today we ask, what's the difference between good evening and good night? You hear both good evening and good night a lot in the United States. But what's the difference? Both good evening and good night are used after around 5 o'clock p.m. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We use both good evening and good night. The difference is you use good evening to say hello. For example, I come to English class. Hi, good evening. Maybe you can use good evening for a formal conversation, maybe a job interview or talking to your boss. Good evening, how are you? You can also use good evening for a formal conversation with a room, maybe a speech. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good night is also used 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock p.m. But you use good night to say goodbye. For example, you're in English class with your classmates. It's 9 o'clock p.m., time to go home. Goodbye, good night. You can use good night on the phone for a phone conversation after 5 o'clock p.m. Okay, great. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, good night. Or use good night when you go to bed. Good night. So to review, good evening is used after 5 p.m. to say hello. Good evening, how are you? Good night is used after 5 p.m. to say goodbye. Good night.